All right, welcome to the relationship show. This woman writes this post, hiking at night, question mark. So she's in her 30s. She says, I, a woman in my 30s, went on 2 dates, a few hours each during the date, in public places, with a man also in his 30s. For the next date, he asked to go hiking at night for the city views, and said that if daylight savings made it difficult to get in and out of the park after dark, he didn't mind trespassing after the gates close at 10 p.m. So, I mean, we did this when we were like in high school and stuff, and like sneaking off and doing kind of these stuff, and it can be very playful and very fun. Um, so I get where this guy's coming from. It's kind of like an adventure, kind of something that like breaks the rules and something. Um, yeah, I mean, just again, just along that like adventure type of attitude. But what he might not realize is like women, one of the biggest things women want to feel is they want to feel safe. And you doing this, sneaking off at like 10 p.m. at night in like some park at dark, and you know, on the third date, it's like, I don't know if she really has that trust in you at this point. And so it's just something you really have to be aware with when you're planning dates or something. You don't want to have her associate feeling unsafe with being around you. She says, to be clear, this park, which is huge, is popular during the day but empties out in the evenings, and he knows that, as he's mentioned before that he tends to go at night to avoid the crowds. It's like he's really trying to set this up. He's like thinking about it and talking about it and how great this park is. And he's like, oh, you should come to this park. You know, it's probably nothing. It's probably just him like trying to be cool or trying to be fun. But it's like, I don't know. She just doesn't, it's really too soon for her to really like trust you um, as far as something like this. I'm all for hiking. This is from her. She says, I'm all from hiking during the day and would be down for hikes at night with a guy I know well. So there it is. It's like she doesn't know this guy very well. And it's like, oftentimes men are stronger than women. It's almost like women sometimes have that fear of like being forced to do something they don't want to do, or forced into like a sexual situation because they can't really like physically defend themselves against like a stronger, bigger man. Um, she says, but nighttime hikes that he thought might last past 10 p.m., just with someone who is essentially still mostly a stranger, seems like it's too much. What do others think? Yeah, I think you should act on your feelings. If you don't feel safe doing that, totally do not get yourself into environments that make you feel unsafe. And so I would decline that, and I would get to know him much further and say, or you could even just tell him that. It's like, well, we've only been on 3 dates. I don't really want to go out and sneak out and at 10 p.m. in park situations where there could be like dangers and stuff like that. And I just don't really feel comfortable like that this soon. Um, just tell them something like that, just straight up. I know that can be difficult for a lot of people, like sticking up for themselves, and assertiveness, like getting some kind of assertiveness and sticking up for your feelings is one of the biggest things that people don't do. It's like they'll just basically go along with things they don't want to do because they don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. It's like that's something you just have to train. It's like you have to respect yourself enough to stand up for what you feel and what you believe. And if a situation makes you feel unsafe, you need to be strong enough to, walk away. And it's like that's another big thing that I believe why women are attracted to guys that can walk away from situations. Like women are attracted to guys who are in their masculine, who can really have a mission, but walk away from situations and be able to walk away from them. It's like you'll notice when a woman tries to put someone in friend zone, a guy in friend zone, and then he's like just walks away from her and then doesn't ever try to pursue her again. It's like she's wondering like what the heck happened. And then it's like her attraction grows, and then she reaches out to him because he walked away and meant it, and now she knows that. It's like what I believe is one reason is like if a guy can walk away, it's like he can walk away from danger. And so if a situation comes from, well, I mean, even just to be illustrated here, it's like I watched a movie, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and it was like Daniel Craig was in there. So he's like figured out who the killer was and who shot at him like the day or two before. And he was going through his house, and then he basically tried to run away when the killer came through. But all the killer said was like, "Why don't you come in for a drink?" And he couldn't walk away. All he had to do was just walk away, run, and he was safe. But he had to be polite and agreed to go back and have a drink with the killer, and then eventually he got abducted. But it's like that's points just to like illustrate situations like that, because it does come and play in like real life. It's like, can you walk away? Can you lead the situation? Can your woman trust you to recognize a threat and say, no, we're not going towards that because that's a threat, and you stay strong to that no matter her objections, no matter she's like, oh, I really want to. It's like you see a threat, you walk away from that threat because she needs that. And or sometimes it's like when she feels like unsafe in a situation, you have to recognize that and be able to walk away. So like, no, we're not going to do that. And you stick up for your situation, you stick up for your woman, your feelings. And that's a very crucial part of making your woman feel safe, is being able to walk away and mean it.